Hello everyone, the salon will be started in 5 minutes.
For too long, mobility has been defined by hardware. Shapes, features, specifications. But now, we're stepping into a realm of new possibilities. putting people over performance. We call this smart people-first mobility, where mobility isn't just about movement, it's about human experience. So we asked ourselves, what if there was a car that adapted to you? A car that understands human nature, an invisible intelligence that comes alive when you need it, responding to your world, preempting your needs, moving with your life. Intelligent mobility means smarter living, bringing joy and wonder to the everyday, powering a more sustainable life without compromise. At Xpeng, we know this is just the beginning. Smart, people-first mobility is our future. Whether it's on the road or in the air, human experience is constantly changing, so we never stop innovating, constantly moving to help you get more from life. Xpeng, intelligently moving your world. Human experience is constantly changing, so we never stop innovating, constantly moving to help you get more from life. Xpeng, intelligently moving your world.
Yeah, very good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Dongxu Li, the project manager of job portal SinoJobs, and I will be giving the welcome speech for today's conference or Salon and kicking off the 1-hour event starting today. In the next 5 minutes of my welcome speech for Salon, I will walk you through what the conference is about, how useful it is for you, and what does the future hold for all of us in the context of the theme of the conference. As we all know, the protagonist of Salon today is Xpeng Motors. With headquartered in Guangzhou, Xpeng Motors is one of China's leading smart electrical vehicle companies. They design, develop, manufacture, and market smart electrical vehicles that are seamlessly integrated with advanced intelligence, artificial intelligence, and advanced driver assistant technologies. They are committed to in-house research and design and intelligent manufacturing to create a better mobility experience for their customers. And today, Xpeng will open a new chapter in electrical vehicle in the European market. And the beginning of every new journey is inseparable from a group of people who have the same dream. Therefore, we are here today. Today's Salon is mainly composed of 3 parts. In addition to the opening remark I just made, our guest speakers, Xpeng's Overseas Sales Director Jackie and Business Director William will give you a wonderful presentation about Xpeng Europe and the work experience in Europe, as well as what kind of talents Xpeng hopes to work with. After this, we will reserve a part of Q&A, question and answer. In this part, you can put forward your questions in form of text in the MS Teams discussion area. Of course, If you want to communicate with a guest by voice or video chat, please post the raise hand emoji in Chinese, 举手的一个表情包 in the discussion area. The staff of SinoJobs will drag you to the stage to communicate face-to-face with our guest speakers. Now, we are privileged to have an opportunity to listen to them this afternoon. On behalf of all gathered here, I welcome Williams and Jackie. Wait a moment. Yeah. Jackie, could you please open here? I find you. Good.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now it's your turn.
Okay, good. Okay, hello everyone. I should say good evening because now I'm in Amsterdam. It's still quite early now. So hello from my side. I'm Jackie. First of all, welcome you to join the Salon. Let me briefly introduce about my background. My Chinese name is Chao, so it is easy to remember because I think it is difficult to find another same name in China as well. But you can call me Jackie, it will be easier. My background is purely automotive engineering background. I graduated from Tsinghua University. I majored is automotive engineering. And after I graduated, I joined several different automotive brands. Toyota first, and then Mercedes-Benz, and then Lamborghini. So in Toyota, I worked in headquarters in Japan as a global management trainee, and then Mercedes China for the district manager for the South region, and then Lamborghini as head of sales and network for the Great China. And I also share with you, the reason why I joined the Xpeng 2 years ago. We are still a very young company. The company is officially founded in 2015. So up to now, we are, let's say, almost 7 years young company. We cannot say old company, young company. And before I joined the Xpeng 2 years ago, I think a lot about the automotive industry. I think there are several reasons I make a decision to join this new startup company. I remember my days in Japan, that's almost 10 years ago. To have a life and work in Japan, it is really comfortable and slow and really easy life. But of course, for Chinese in Japan, it will feel quite boring. And the problem is also, you can see what will happen after 20 years, 30 years, what your life will be and what your career will be. So in Japan, I still remember during my assignment in Japan, my division director told me, hey, I want you to stay in Japan because I think you're good here. I thought about it for a month, but I say, thanks, sorry, I want to go back because, for here, stay here, it is really a good life, but it's also, I can't foresee what will happen next 10 or 20 years because basically it didn't so much change. So I go back. And then I joined Mercedes. But for the past almost 9 years working in the luxury brand Mercedes and Lamborghini, it is a fancy brand, luxury, very nice. But every time, I go to auto show in China, for example, the Shanghai Auto Show or Beijing Auto Show, I didn't only go to the luxury brand to say what Porsche is doing, what Lamborghini is doing, what Mercedes, BMW, Audi is doing, Bentley is doing. Every year, I will go to some startup company, especially the EV brand, started from 2015. Every time I go there, it is really impressed me a lot because every year I will find there is big change for the startup company. I see them, from the first prototype to the first volume model. And every year for the technology side, they made a significant improvement on that. And then when I look at the cars of Porsche, Lamborghini, Bentley, yes, they're still very luxury car. They're doing also pretty good, but I didn't see big difference. I didn't see too much change on that. So I think about, it is time, to change a new world. And also another thing, inspired me. I remember in my last company, I don't really respect, I won't mention the name, but, for the traditional brand, they also think about to move to the future, move to the mobility, move to the intelligence. But the thing is, think about, these headquarters, those, colleagues stay in headquarters in Europe or US, especially in Europe, their mindset is, I have to say, still, in the traditional way, in the old school. So it is difficult for them to change. I remember, when they want to say, we need to move to mobility, what do? They give everyone in China, iPad Pro. I still remember very well. At that moment, iPad Pro just launched. It's quite expensive. So give everyone iPad Pro, keyboard, and a pen. So say next from now on, no one can bring your notebook to the meeting. You can only bring your iPad. So that is the way they understanding about the intelligent. So it is interesting and funny, It is not intelligent in the cars, in the product, in the way of they doing the business, but just the change from your notebook to the iPad. That is something they think it is intelligent. So with this consideration, I decided to change. So 2 years ago, I finally, decided to join Xpeng because, the reason is I, did some research, deep dive about all of the EV brand in the market. No matter Tesla, NIO, and Li Xiang, and including some other brands in China as well. I find out, Xpeng is a brand, they're really dedicated in the innovation, dedicated in the intelligent, dedicated to build the best smart car. Now in our company, 40% of the employees are focused on the R&D side. This is super important. Only when we can build the best product, the most intelligent, most innovation product, this can make something change. So that is the reason, finally I decided to join Xpeng Models. And that is the introduction, sharing from my personal side. And now I also share with you about our overseas journey. I joined 2 years ago in Xpeng, actually beginning before overseas business started. I responsible for the domestic market in China. And by end of the 2019, at that moment, frankly, that moment is not easy. It's a little bit tough for all the EV startups in China. If you read some news, you will know that. But even at some opportunity in the overseas market, for example, in Norway. In 2000, the penetration rate of EV cars in Norway market is already 50%. And the government is very aggressive for the sustainable society bill. Decided to stop the ICE, the combustion engine cars sales by 2025. So by 2025, the cars in Norway market sold will be only battery EV cars. So at that moment, that is end of 2019, our company from the top management decided to have a test on the overseas market. And from beginning of last year, it's honor for me to join this project, from the business, from the sales side. We started to explore the Norway market, and it is very successful for last year. By end of last year, December, before Christmas, actually, we delivered our first batch, 100 cars to the Norwegian customers. Our first product, the G3, like a Christmas gift. We are the first Chinese EV company to deliver the EV cars in Norway market. That is a milestone for us. Now the customers are located in over 30 different cities and towns in Norwegian market. Last week, I just visited Oslo in Norway, and on the street, I see some G3. It is really exciting. So this is how our overseas business gets started from the Norway market. It is an exciting journey, and for me, it is also very honored to join this journey from the very beginning step. And now I share with you some of our company strategy. I think probably are we really serious about the overseas business? What is the company strategy? What is the vision to be? First from the top management, from the founder, from the chairman side, this is a very clearly message. This is a very clear decision. Xpeng will not only be a Chinese brand. Our mission, our vision is to be the global brand, a global, smart, intelligent brand, to be a super intelligent car makers, and also building the ecosystem like the flying car, like the robotics. Probably already see some video. on the internet. So now our overseas business are directly reported to the chairman and the CEO, Mr. He Xiaopeng. So personally, he's also very focused on the overseas business. And from the budget point of view, company also prepared a lot of the financial side, well prepared for the overseas market. We want to do this as a long-term strategy, not only 2 years, 3 years, just selling some cars and go back. We were dedicated for overseas market at least 10 years, 20 years, much longer from this point of view. And also share with you some global footprint of our company. As you see, of course, we started from China. Our headquarters is located in Guangzhou, south of China, very close to Hong Kong. And we have the manufacture center close to Guangzhou in Zhaojing. It's 70 kilometers away. Now our all products, G3, P5, P7, are produced in Zhaojing. The reason why we build our own factory, because we need to make sure the quality of the cars is 100% guaranteed. We need to deliver the best quality cars to the customers in China and in the overseas market. So we invest a lot on this. We build our 100% self-owned factory. And also we have another new factory, one in Guangzhou, one in Wuhan, is on the way. So in the future soon, we will have 3 factories, 100% belong to us. The capacity can reach around 500,000 per year. And also in the overseas, we are also planning something. And we have the R&D center also in San Diego and the Silicon Valley. That is very focused on the autonomous driving side. We started it very early, I think 2017. So we are very advanced in the autonomous driving area as well. And for the European market, as I said, Norway is our first market, one of the key markets. That is where we get started. So now in Norway, we already have a company, have an office, have a dedicated team there, work with our partner together to deliver the best products to the customers. And out of Norway, we have the regional headquarters, mainly the sales and the service marketing side in Amsterdam to cover the whole Europe. And also we have, a different office in Sweden, Denmark to manage the local business. Take example of Netherlands office. Now we already, have around 30 colleagues here, and probably by end of next year, we hope we have over 100 colleagues in Amsterdam, focused on the European market, focused on the Netherlands market. This is something we are really committed to the European market. And also for the country entry level, the country entry. Every year we will plan to to enter at least 4 or 5 new countries. The first one, Norway, and soon next year we will start the sales in Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, and the year after new countries will come in. So we are moving super fast. Also give you another example. Our numbers of global employee by beginning of this year is around 6,000. After 8 months. This is the speed of Xpeng Motors. This is a commitment for us to the market. And next year, probably we will double the volume again. We are really focused on the long-term strategy. And also, we hope, more young talents will join us. We are not like the traditional company, only, recruiting the experienced colleagues so they come to the company and they can start work for the first day. But we are really focused on the future because young talents is the future. Yes, we are looking a little bit old now, but back to 13, 15 years ago, we are also as fresh as you. We, all graduated and joined the company as a fresh one. And we believe, you will join us, and as we experienced, you will contribute to the company and, grow up with the company together. And the last part I want to share with you is that what kind of the, colleagues we hope to join us. If you want to choose a comfortable life, very easy life, probably we discuss more. So I think my colleague William can also share with you a lot of experience, a lot of his opinions. Okay, William, please.
Okay, now I'm inviting William. Yeah, hello, William. Now it's your turn.
Hello. To everyone, can you hear me? That's actually that just to confirm that you can hear my voice from Shenzhen, China.
Yes, we can hear.
Good.
Very clear.
Okay, one more time for the greeting to everybody. And thank you very much for the time to join this Cloud Salon online with Xpeng, with Jake and myself. And probably Jake already give you a very completed pictures about Xpeng now and the future and even previous history. And for me, that I could add something from another angle of the view. So my name is William. That currently I'm holding the position to be responsible for the Xpeng DACH region in Europe market. DACH represents for Germany, Austrian, and Switzerland market. So unlike Jackie, that I joined Xpeng from this August, actually just have less than 2 months. So this maybe that will help me to give you to share my fresh feeling about Xpeng. That's for you to make when you make the choice whether you want to join us or not. So previously that I worked in one of the leading ICT companies in China for Europe market for more than 10 years. That we are doing the telecommunications and IT businesses in Europe. And after that, when we become the leading number one for the ICT companies, then we also decided that maybe it's time to move to the automotive world, because automotive industry, it seems, is the last industry should be digitalized as goes for the transformation period. That's the reason why from 2018 we started to build the kind of the digitalization transformation for the vehicle companies. Like at that time, Xpeng is my customer. And after 3 years that we decided that, hey, why we do not go further? That's for me and for some colleagues that we think that maybe in order to, we found out that the automotive industry will be like the 10 years ago, like the telecommunication industry will be the future, will be the trend for the next decades. That's the reason why we think that maybe that we could move one step further. And this is a major reason why I choose to join Xpeng. And usually that we call it that's also a tips for the young audience that's from our side, and actually from Xpeng, that the choice is always important than your efforts. So for the moments that you make the choice, that you should understand that what will be the future and what will be the change in the future. So this is something that when I joined Xpeng, that this is thinking in my mind. And after my 2 years working experience sharing, I'd like to share how I feel about Xpeng. That previous company that for me is kind of that we already have the culture. I worked for more than 15 years in that company. It's kind of that the blood, the culture blood already in my body, that I feel that maybe that I could do something key tasks for Xpeng, but hardly I can adapt to the culture. But when I joined for these 2 months, that I found out that maybe, hey, I need to change a little bit, because that's only doing the things is not enough. But the Xpeng, the culture, the environment is really something that impressed me a lot. That I could summarize a little bit that for the working culture and organization climate, that's what I feel in the 2 months in Xpeng will be that the simplicity and high efficiency. Another part from another angle is that fast move and for the quick iteration. Simplicity and the high efficiency is kind of the bonding together. In order that you get along with the people, with your boss, with your colleagues, with your subordinate colleagues, that's very simple, that you openly discuss something and you tackle the problem with your own ideas, and then you found out conclusion that we only discuss about stuff. We only discuss about things. Then in this simplicity atmosphere, we could make ourselves that the working effort is high efficiency. This is one part. The second part will be that we found out that there is no succeed experience or history that we could leverage, we could borrow from outside, from others, that's how to help Xpeng to go abroad to Europe. So everything that we need to do by our own, we need to start from scratch. In this way, that we also carry the internet clear blood in our atmosphere, in our culture, that we move very fast. But when we found out something wrong, that we could quickly change it to the right direction, make sure that we always on the right track. So the way we move to the Europe market, as Jack just mentioned, described, that the way we move to the Dutch market, that we think that we could not doing the things that's 100% correct, because that we do not have the external experience or external kind of expertise we could use, but we could do it very fast and we could correct ourselves very fast. This is something that we carry on always in our mind. So this is something that about my personal feelings about Xpeng. The second part will be that Jack just introduced about the global and the Europe strategies and marketing status. So my responsibility is for the DACH region. So for the DACH region, that we plan a little bit later than current Norway and the future for the Sweden, for the Netherlands market. The reason why we are doing this, but we're considering the DACH region as a symbol or as a cornerstone for Xpeng to be succeed in the Europe market. Because that's unlike other countries, that for the DACH region, that we are officially entered into the industry, that's where the European people, at least the German people, is pride of that. So they have the legacies, they have the glory histories about the automotive industry. So that's the reason why we want to be succeed in the Europe. Eventually, we could leverage our experience. We could come to the German market. So currently, that when we see that we want to do it in the Dutch region later, it doesn't mean that we will do nothing at this moment. Currently, that we already have the office registered in Munich, and also we have a kind of the customer insight organization already onboarding the people at every day, every moment. And also for the sales part, for the marketing part, that we already have the scratched team that for the preparation period, that we want to be fully prepared to build the platform, to make every step to be ready before that we officially say, hey, Xpeng is ready for the DACH region for the sales. And the last part, that's also a little bit another tips from my side for the talent which we are looking for. Except for the young people we are looking for, that we also have the kind of the standard or the expectations for the young people, that we are looking for the people who could, for the DACH region, that who could be ambitious and inspiring, which could, that you have the dream to change the world. Actually, the autonomous mobility will change the world, will change itself in the future, will change the people's life in the future. So we want to share that, to make sure that you share the same dream with us, that we could change the world together. The second part will be the resilience, which is also very important, resilience and responsibility. Resilience means that probably we will do something wrong, and probably that you will feel that there is no existed regulations, existed paths for you to follow, that somebody will tell you that this is a succeed way that you could do this, you just follow. And for the resilience means that we need user characters that even that there's no help around you, you still could fighting for the last steps, then to make sure that to deliver the target. And the responsibility is that for the inspiring people, always that it's a little bit chunky, that maybe that you will lose your passion after 3 months, after half year. But for the responsibility, that you always remind yourself for the resilience that we need to do this job, and we need to make sure that we could change people's life, we could deliver the result for DACH region, for the Xpeng. So this is kind of talent that we are looking for at this moment. And more or less, this is something that I would like to share at this moment for the Cloud Salon, so on. So I give the platform back to our host, Yunxu, please.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, thanks to William and Jackie for explaining Xpeng's development in Europe and describing the work experience in Xpeng. Now we have some time for everyone to ask questions. As just mentioned above, you can type directly in the discussion area, or you can post a raised hand emoji, and we will let you come on stage. So if you have a question, just write it down. Is there anyone who wants to go on stage? Yeah, I have seen there's a question from Anna. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing. Your speakers are really moving people and enriching. I actually have two questions. If it is possible to unmute me, please. Many thanks. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, Anna and yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think it's working. It's working. Thank you so much for the sharing. It's really enriching. Actually, I'm in France, in Paris now. I'm just finishing my master's degree in geopolitics. After my Chinese bachelor formation in China Foreign Affairs University. So actually, the aspect of geopolitics and global entry and global brand interest me a lot. I know we have iWays in France, which is a Chinese EV mark, and it does a lot of marketing campaign, and especially in the CSR part. So my first question is for Jackie. How do you define your maybe CSR communication strategy, and more concretely the actions and plans maybe Xpeng may have for the European market? Because we know today the carbon footprint and all the made in China products are challenging in Europe, especially for some regulations and environmental problems. So what is Xpeng's strategy and position maybe on it? And my second question maybe is more practical. I'm really interested in your position offer of management trainee of governmental affairs, I think. And maybe, I don't know who can maybe kindly give more information on this position, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Anna. So let me first briefly feedback to you about your questions. Yes, regarding our European strategy is that I think we have different approach as compared with other brands. Yes, they are doing good as well, but we have different approach because we are more customers focused. We are not only saying we hope before enter each country. For example, let's take France example, because just a few days ago I come back from Paris. I went there to have a visit for a few days to talk with the potential partners and also do some research about this market. We don't want to bring some cars in this market to sell the car. In Paris, we drive our P7 to Paris. There are some customers, some people, on the street, they see the car is nice. They take pictures, ask me, can we buy it now? I say, actually, maybe I can sell it now, but we want to bring the best product. The best product that will be suitable for this market. Before that, we need to do a lot of tests. We need to test whether the charging station in France is workable for us. whether the road condition, the regulation, we all can meet. So until then, until our product, until everything, our local team is well prepared, we will bring the best product to the market. So that is our strategy. We hope to, to really have the long-term strategy, long-term plan for each market, not only selling cars and then left. And that is something we hope to, to change the mindset of the people in France, also the people in European market, because we understand, in the past years, we sold some product, not only cars, some product with not so good quality here with low price, but the impression for the people is that, okay, made in China, probably, the quality is not good. But here we want to say, the world is changing, Model 3, Tesla is also produced in China, but now start to deliver in Europe. Polestar is produced in China, deliver here, and also for us. Our manufacturing center meets the Industry 4.0 standards. In our manufacturing center, we have over 400 robots. So it is a very advanced manufacturing center, even compared with a traditional manufacturing center in Europe. So from that side, we can ensure the quality from our manufacturing center will be perfect, will be good enough, to compare with even with a traditional brand in Europe. We want to change that mindset, but we understand it will take some time, step by step. And also for the brand positioning, we don't want to sell in cheap cars, because our cars, frankly, were not cheap. Because we invest a lot on the cars and also a lot on the internet, on the intelligent side, in the autonomous driving. So from the brand positioning, we hope to position it at the premium brand, not the cheap brand, of course, with some certain price. So I think that is some of the strategy from our side to the European market. And also one of our advantage is that we are not doing the traditional way. We hope to keep flexible. We hope to, based on each country's situation, we can adjust to make the best strategy for this country. Because even in the European Union, each country is still quite different. We want to be localized. We don't want to only use one standard, business way for each market. We are really long-term committed to this market. Regarding the second question, probably I can feedback you some, because we are also start up the government affairs, this in some like Amsterdam, in also Lotte Care. This role, we hope with your joining us, we can. Let's take France as an example. You can really do some deep dive about this country, about the government policy, about the association, and to build the good relationship with government, with association, to make sure our brand, our product, our company can be running very well in this country. Yeah, that's my feedback.
Yeah, thank you. Jackie, just stay here. I have a question. Who has written in text? Okay. How about the language requirement? Do candidates must speak the local language, or English is sufficient?
Okay, it's an HR question. I try to answer some, and probably William can also give some feedback. I think, of course, English is the most standard one. Is the one we need to communicate, with the customer, with the partners. But of course, in some countries, in Italy, France, and German, it will be preferred if you can speak the local language. Let me take an example. Yesterday night, I just come back from Italy and make a short trip there. I find it is difficult if you cannot speak Italian. You can even very difficult to order some food in the restaurant because no picture, no English. So it will be better you can speak, the local language, because in that way you can also understand the market better, understand the customer better. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Another question: is there any technical positions in Europe?
Yes. We are, as also William just introduced that we are building a competence center in Germany, in Munich. And because we understand, the product for European market and the China market will be quite different. For example, in European market, the customers prefer the SUV, prefer the hatchback, and also almost 80% of the cars have tow bar. But if you lived in China, you can see, in China, yes, we prefer SUV, but hatchback, No. And the tow bar? No, because it looks ugly to have a tow bar at the back of the car. But the demand, the customer demand, the market demand in Europe is quite different. So we will build a very strong competence center in Munich to develop the product for Europe.
Yeah, okay. There's a student who wants just talk with you with voice. The name is Wang Yuzhong. Now you can open your mic and speak. Okay. Hello, are you still here?
Hi, Yuzhong, 你好。
Wang Yuzhong, yeah. Are you still here? Okay, then we go to the next. Lin Mingjia. Wait a minute, I will let you on. Lin Mingjia. Oh, there's another one who named Robert Schmuders. Okay. Robert. Now you are unmuted. Please just speak out. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, now? Okay. I was wondering, and thank you for the great presentation of your mission, and I'm getting really, really inspired. So I was interested in, are you also hiring experienced people from local markets to start up a business? I'm located in the Netherlands, near Amsterdam. So I'm really interested to see if I could join such an inspiring and world-changing company, and that is built up from scratch. And what moved me is the simplicity, the efficiency you said you have as a new company with no heritage. So, and also be prepared well before you go to market to meet the quality are things that inspire me a lot. So, well, that's my question, because I see mainly Chinese people, young people, and I'm a bit more experienced, which might be also helpful in a new market. I have a 25 years experience in the automotive in the Netherlands, also in electric cars, etc., and bringing a new brand to the market in the Netherlands. So,
hey, Rob, right? Rob.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Rob. Nice to meet you. Yes, of course. We also need experienced colleagues joining us as well. And as I said, we are planning to build the company image is a global company, not only a Chinese company. To be the global company, the first step is to have the strong. Our vision is to in the next 5 years, we hope over 80% of the colleagues are from the local. Because you're local, you stay here, you live here, probably you're also born here, you will know this market better. That is something, no doubt.
Okay. And is there a list of opportunities which are available at the moment?
Yeah, I think later our host probably, I don't know whether open it on the website or we will open the job list.
Yeah, Ms. Rob, you can find the job list on SinoJobs.com, and all the open job list will be found on SinoJobs. Okay.
Okay, I'll have a look there.
Yeah. So the next one will be Ding Wei Tan. You can open your phone. Hello, Mr. Ding Wei Tan. Yeah. or we nominate Ling Ling Jia here on stage. Yeah. Now you can ask your question. Hello.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I just found my. Thank you, Jackie and William for the presentation, which are very inspiring. I have a question regarding the profile of the candidates. So are these positions only open for like young graduates, or are they also open for the young professionals? So for me, my personal case is that I just graduated from a business school and in Paris. So can I apply for these positions? Thank you.
Okay, this question I think it should be answered by William. It's okay?
Yeah, I just try to mute myself, it seems.
Okay.
William,
sorry,
cannot hear you.
Okay.
William, we cannot hear you.
We cannot hear you.
William, you are mute.
Can you just open your phone? We cannot hear you.
William,
Jackie,
we cannot hear you, William.
Okay, so Jackie, can you just
probably
answer
let me
question?
answer this question. Yes.
Okay.
I think, as a startup company, yes, we are open to all the talents. We are open to all the talents. No matter you are fresh graduated or experienced, I think if you are the right person for us, also we are the right company for us, we can always, find this suitable role for you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, the next speaker will be Joy Chao. You can open your file. You can open your mic and ask the questions. Hello, Joy. Hi, Joy.
Sorry. Yeah, this software is freezing. Yeah. Okay, now come. Nice. So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, very well.
Okay, nice. So, basically I'm Joy. Thank you so much for your presentation. That's really interesting, to be honest. Right now I'm going to graduate from the Technical University of Munich. So that's why I'm really interested in your recording session. And also I have this general questions, basically. One is how do you really consider this advantages of Xpeng comparing to the other traditional OEMs in Europe market? Do you copy that or?
Yes. Probably William.
Okay, so this is a kind of the ground picture that I will not comment on the other OEMs, but for Xpeng, that we think that we holding our also unique stress or advantages. That, for example, that for Xpeng compare with other OEMs traditionally, that we are oriented in the electrified and intelligence, that we are not have this kind of the legacy regarding to the combustion engine. That's when we born, we start with the electrify and intelligence. That's always that we see that we want the car to adapt to people's life, to be a smarter or personalized user experience. So this is something that we think that we do not have the kind of the boundaries on the shoulder. That's the reason why the difference between Xpeng and the traditional European OEMs.
Okay. The next question will be
okay, then figure it out. And sorry, just also have one more detailed question about this management trainee program. I mean, could you give a bit more details? I mean, basically, what I check out, that's only about the role, this kind of job description. But I would like to know this pace for this kind of pace, like this career pace for the management trainee program.
Yeah, let me answer that question first. I think for every young talents, I can understand that because, as I said, more than 2 years ago, we all experienced the same. So, as a management trainee, joining a company probably, need some time to adapt to the company culture, to familiar with the business, and then, we'll find out is this, really, really interesting, really inspired yourself, and you will also think about it. And I think for Xpeng, the advantage is that, we are a very open culture company. We are open-minded, so you can discuss with your team leader, with your colleagues, even in different function. You will find out what you are really interested in. Because, frankly, it is hard to say. The first role you choose is the right one for you. Like you find a girlfriend, you find a boyfriend, you never know, it is the right person for you. You need some time, it's also the same as a job. You will find out, okay, this is the way I like. Okay, probably I don't like this, but, as I said, we are open-minded. It is very open to talk, to discuss with the team leaders, with cross-function, and for the management training, also we can consider, internally, for example, you would prefer another function. We are open, to discuss.
Okay, that's super cool. Maybe the last question is for you are just entering this Germany market, and also you said the branch for Munich. But could you also give me a bit more details about the function for this Munich office?
Okay, so for the Munich office right now, that we actually for the German market, for the German company, Xpeng is a little bit different compared with other countries. That we are holding another position we call the capability center. That we call this is more like the marketing and the R&D function combined. That we are inventing from China, but also we want to adapt. First step that we adapt to the European market. Second step that when we do the R&D, we could have this kind of global, we call it positive development. That means that we combine all of the customer requirements, not only from China, but also from other countries, from other markets. So this is a function that we just set up in Germany, and we hope that this could play a critical role in the European market and for Xpeng. And another function for the Munich office will be the marketing and sales part. That's eventually that we want to sell the car. We want the European users could enjoy the kind of the new technologies, the kind of the Xpeng car in the market. So this is also another function that we call the sales and marketing function. So this is currently the desire for the Munich office. Did my response meet your requirements, or you are satisfied with that? Maybe I could add more if you want.
Yeah, for sure. Because I also found out there are some Chinese brands, they are opening this so-called this display store in Munich city center. So I was wondering, do Xpeng really have that strategy, to opening this experience store in Munich or some other Germany cities?
Yes, and yes, that's when we, as I just mentioned in my presentation, that when we start our marketing exploring Europe in Germany, that we of course that we overviewed the other OEMs, what they did in the market. But for Xpeng, that we have our own strategy, and our strategy will be a little bit different from others. That this is something that we think that we succeed in, not called succeed, at least that so far we are moved in the right track in China, that we want to leverage our own experience combined with European market situation or scenarios. Then we could make our unique Xpeng strategies, marketing strategies in the European market.
Okay, Mr. Chao.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just let the chance for that.
I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
so
you so
next
much.
will be the Wang Yuhong. You can open your mic now, and just ask your questions. Are you still here?
Hi. It's
Yeah,
me,
okay.
Wang Yuzhong. Okay,
Wang
thanks a
Yuhong,
lot.
Sorry, yeah, okay.
Thanks a lot for your information. I think William, you have answered some kind of my question, but there's also another question. I'm an experienced guy who is now working in a Germany traditional automotive Germany company, and as we know, and maybe you know that the most traditional automotive European company, there are too many process, and it will be some kind of slow if we develop a new product, a new car. But I think that Xpeng is very modern and very some kind of very quick. I want to ask how should we in European standard make balance between the traditional.
Happened. That won't happen in Xpeng. We need to move faster. We need to move quickly. Think about if we want to enter every 4 or 5 countries per year, how we can act if we move slowly.
Yes,
another that maybe that's another view that from my side, just to complete Jackie's answer towards your question, that when you mention the German traditional OEMs, that if you compare Xpeng and the German traditional OEMs, that's actually that we are not in the same weight. So we are the small kind of the player in the automotive industry. If you considering the German OEMs, that we only show our respect, and we only show that they have their stress and they adapt in these industries for more than 200 years. So this is something that we need to show our respect, and we need to learn from them, especially for the functional safeties, for the customer safeties. That this is something that without the current sophisticated process that you could not fulfill or you could not realize in the market. The second part is that what Jackie is mentioned, that for I think that in the traditional OEM we call it alignment, that you need a lot of alignment to work internally between different people's different organization, but for Xpeng that we are rather small. That's the reason why we could move fast. We move fast. But when we also have the problem if you are tackle with 10 million cars 1 year in the world, then that will be the totally different stories. So currently, that's if you compare our volume and our towards the German OEM, so there's no comparison.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, I think you have answered my question. And my second and last question is from the aspect of production, because I'm also worked since many years in automotive branch, and I know that we Chinese OEM, we have faced some competition. Not only from the Germany OEM, but also from, for example, I'm working now in Frankfurt, and there are so many Korean cars like Hyundai, and I think they have make a very good marketing in Frankfurt. I can only say it's in Frankfurt, and the quality is also very good, and I just want to know, because I'm a super car fan, but I haven't drive before Xpeng, and I want to ask, what is our advantage in what is our advantage, or what is our point for marketing for Germany marketing in order to beat Korean OEM, in order to face the competition from Volkswagen ID4, for example. Thanks a lot.
Also, a simple question for me is that have you tried the ID3 and the Hyundai cars and also Xpeng?
I have driven the ID3 and the Tesla before.
Okay, so it's my fault that we didn't bring the car to your market yet, so you don't have the chance to drive our car, because once you test drive for example P7 and other cars, yes, the cars is also good, they're building very good cars, but I think it's a big difference, something differentiate us and others will be more intelligent, more technology oriented. That is our biggest advantage. That is something, of course, you need to drive it and then you will feel it. Also for the marketing side, yes, we will do different kind of campaign or different customer journey. But as I said, we don't, follow the traditional way. We hope we are more innovation company. We hope to, really customer focused, customer oriented, to surrounded with customers, do a lot of the event or test drives with customers together.
Okay, we don't have enough time, so we give 2 chances for 2 students to ask 2 more questions. And next will be, let me see. Yeah, Yu Hongling. Yeah, you can open your mic and ask the question. Are you still here? Yeah, I see you. I find you. Please open your mic. Open your mic. Unmute yourself. Okay, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, yes, very
okay.
well.
Hello, everyone. So I want to introduce myself quickly, and I have internship experience both in Volkswagen and Porsche and BMW Group before. So, and also have some consulting experience in automotive industry, and have really same feelings about Mr. Jacket when you going visited the auto show, because in 2 years auto show, I also have the same feelings that the new car brand in China is developed so quickly, even surprised our Germany specialists at that time. But after I made a research both the NIO, Lixiang, and Xpeng was developed fast based on the well-structured charging infrastructure. Like China built a lot of charging piles in airports, like the oil station. But in Europe, we found there's not well structured. So how Xpeng can be promoted in such situations?
Yes.
Do I need to add more information?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Thank you for your question. Yes, I can share you some experience regarding you said the charging infrastructure. From this last Sunday until yesterday, we drive our P7, our product from in Italy. Italy is the first car we drive there. So, to be honest, we are not sure whether our car can charge there, because we have no idea how the charging infrastructure is there. So we experienced that, we tried that, and then we understand. And from the local customer point of view, the charging is so important. I remember on Monday night when we're charging our P7 in our charging stations, there is another Taycan, a Porsche one coming here. They have only 20 miles left. But there's only one charging pile, so they need to wait 1 hour when we finished, they can charge. So I take an example of this is that, yes, when we enter each country, that is why we are not so rushed just to selling cars. We need to get well prepared. We need to do all the tests from the product, from the regulation, from the charging station. We need to make sure when we deliver the cars to the customers has no problem to driving the car, to charging the car be easily, and when have some, do some maintenance, also can easily go to the workshop. So for each market, take the charging infrastructure example, we will talk and work closely with the local charging association, local charging company, to make sure all the cars can be charged, and also, easy to charge and probably, have some benefit for our customers.
Okay, I think I understand it. And also one more question is, when I was doing the shop visit and research on Xpeng in China, in Beijing, and after I talked a lot of sales of Xpeng, and maybe their target groups in China would be like the graduate student, because the target group maybe not the luxury car or the middle class, maybe just the student can graduate with a certain amount of the budget, and it also target at especially for the women driver, because it have really well developed technology on its car. So I wonder what would be the target groups in Germany, because I also have a conversation with my German friends yesterday, and they told me like maybe the richer will buy the Porsche and the less like BMW, Benz and Audi, and then the Volkswagen and the Volvos. So which hierarchy or the level group, target group would be the target groups of the Xpeng in the future?
Yeah, William, it's about the German market. William, can you hear?
William, are you still here? Maybe he has something to do now.
Okay, let me answer.
So Jackie,
okay,
can you please answer the question?
Yes, sure. Also for Xpeng models in Europe, not only in Germany but in other countries, we hope to targeting the customers, not only young, but even grandpa is okay if he have a very young heart, still with passion. It is also the target customer for us. We hope the customers that really like the technology, like the innovation. They're really focused on the something new, to try something new. So that is our targeted customers.
Okay, I got it, I think.
Yeah, thank you. And there will be the last question from another student. Name is Wang Qi. Yeah, this is. Yeah, you are here. I find you. Wang Qi, are you still here? Yeah, okay. But please just unmute yourself.
Okay, well, the internet is very slow.
Okay, now it's okay. We can hear you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Wang Qi, and currently I'm living in Denmark. I've heard a lot of information about the marketing in Netherlands and Germany. Could you please tell me more about the future plan in Denmark, if it's possible? Thank you.
Yes, of course. Denmark is a very nice place, and we already have an office in Denmark as well, and we already have a initial team recently just joined us in Denmark, and our product will plan to start the delivery in next yes, we are welcome all talents to join us in Denmark as well. We will build a very strong local team to dedicate it and focus on this market. Hope you or some of you can be part of the Denmark Xpeng family.
Yeah, thank you.
So, okay, the time for this salon is almost up. I think there are so many audiences who have asked questions. Everyone has shown great interest in Xpeng models. However, given that the guests still have some business meetings to participate in, so we are sorry to have to end this salon on time. If you are interested in Xpeng's position in Europe and China, welcome to visit SinoJobs SinoJobs.com, enter Xpeng, find Xpeng's position, and submit your CV. I believe we will meet again in Europe. And thank you all again. And thanks to our guests and all audiences. This is the end of our salon. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
William.
And I hope you join Xpeng, join this journey of adventure. Hope to.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, bye-bye. Thank you, Jackie.
Bye-bye. 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 Thank
Bye-bye.
you.